Excited and nervous at the same time, she gets ready for her interview. She looked for 5 to 6 companies where she will go to give interviews. Today is her first interview in a company that she likes the most, so she hopes that she gets the job in her first try. After getting decently ready, she walks outside to the bus station. On her way, she got hit with a stranger who stole her handbag and ran away. She screamed and ran behind him, but she could not run faster than him. So she threw a mob at him, which was kept close to her. The mob hit the thief, and he fell down, making the handbag to fly in the sky and then land on a car. The car was coming to her side. She stood in front of the car, making it stop. She knocked on the window to tell him that she is going to get the bag, but the man in the car took out some cash from his pocket and offered her. Fine, what are you doing? I'm not Jungkook, the man in the car. I know girls like you. You don't need to explain. Just take it and go. I don't want to waste my time with you. Fine. Hey, listen, Before she could say anything, he threw the money at her and said, just leave. She angrily picked her bag from the roof of the car and said, I was here for this bag. My bag. She leaned down to pick the money and threw it back at him, as she said, and this money? You better keep this for yourself, because you need it more than me, you jerk. She went away saying that. He took his head out of the window to watch her go, because how dare she insult him? Everyone gathered on the road, hearing her loud voice, and he got insulted in front of everyone. The embarrassment that he felt was something like, I'll kill her if I see her again. He was furious, but still focused as he has some important work to do today. He needs a secretary for him who knows their work instead of the old one he had. He decided to stay focused to select the best one this time. He went to his office, accepting everyone's bow for him. He goes to the interview room straight ahead. He sat on the chair and saw 5 girls standing there with the files of their CV in their hands. But one of them had the CV right in front of her face, for he couldn't see her face. His attention goes to her, and as he noticed her clothes, he realized that the girl he saw today in front of his car was wearing the same clothes. He gets up from his seat and goes to her. He takes the CV from her hand and watches her face, and it's the same girl. Earlier, she put her CV in front of her face because she saw him entering the room, and she was really embarrassed to see him, as she knew he's not gonna select her even when this was her favorite company. Meanwhile, he smiled as he looked at her and said, no need for interview. You're appointed. You can join today and even can follow me right now. She just died at that moment, thinking what he will do now, while the other girls there were shocked and complained to each other that how much they wanted the job, and CEO just did this without even interviewing them. She followed him to his cabin with her head down because she regretted what she did. He sat on his chair and gave her the pile of files which were on his desk. Jungkook, review the pattern and make new ones today. Fine. Today? This whole pile? Jungkook, why? You don't want to work on your first day? Fine. No, I will do it. Today. She went outside his cabin and cursed on him. That jerk is literally taking revenge on me. Why you don't want to work on your first day? I just wanted to punch him when he said that. On the other side, Jungkook in his room. I will make sure to get my revenge and make you regret what you did. She spent hours doing her work. Everyone left after doing their work. She did overtime as her work wasn't completed. After 2 hours of overwork, she packed her things to go home as she was done. Returning home, she straight away went to her room to sleep without even having dinner as she was dead tired. Next day, after approaching the company, she took the files and went to his cabin to show him. Fine. Sir, I'm done with the work. You can check and let me know if there is a problem. Jungkook in his mind. Did she do all them just in one day? Is she human? But whatever. I'll still won't forget what she did. Jungkook looked at the files, reviewing all of them one by one. He couldn't find one single mistake. They were perfect, but he wasn't convinced. Jungkook, you can't do a single word. I don't like them at all. Why did you write with blue pen? Write it again all with black. And with the printed papers, write all of them again too, with the changed font. What's with this font? I can't even read it. And make the lines more professional. Fine. You want me to write it all again just because you don't like the font? Jungkook, yes. Why? You don't want to do it? Fine. No, I didn't mean that. Jungkook, listen, this company is known for its perfect work, without a single mistake. You are new, so you don't know one bit about it. So next time when I ask you something, just do it without any questions. Okay? Fine. Okay. I'm sorry. Jungkook, now leave. She couldn't argue with him anymore, as he is the boss, and will make her do whatever he wants. Meanwhile, he saw her disappointed face, for which he should be happy about, but he was not. In fact, he wanted to just stop her and tell her to rest and take it easy, but she was gone before he could tell her. So he also decided to stay quiet for now instead of dwelling into some useless emotion. Yes, love is a useless emotion for him, so he doesn't pay much attention to it. But little does he know that you can't do love, but you just fall in love. At night, when it was the time for him to go home, he packed his things, wore his coat, and went outside his cabin. There was no one except one girl, Vine. He saw her sleeping on her chair with her head on the hard desk. This time, he couldn't ignore her. Watching her shivering and being tired, he felt really bad for her. He took off his coat and put it on her. He literally wanted to pick her up and take her to his home. But then he didn't, considering it a silly thought. He went away for now, leaving her alone. Next day, she was already on her desk when he arrived in his office. He felt proud, thinking that it was a good idea to appoint her. Well, she was thinking of leaving the company if he doesn't like the work now, because she thinks he is taking revenge on her, and she can't accept this anymore. She takes the files to his office, making the most dull face ever. He saw it and then checked the files. He didn't want to hurt her anymore after watching her sleep on the desk last night. He closed the files as he said, "They are perfect now. Good work." "Fine. Thank you, sir." She was about to go, but he didn't want to let her go. So he said, "That table. You will sit on that table from now on, in my cabin, as you're my secretary." "Fine. Your cabin?" In her mind, "I'll have to sit in front of him all day, every day? Ah, Jungkook. Any problem?" "Fine. No. I will go take my things and come back." Jungkook. "At least I can see her face now. Last night, I couldn't even sleep thinking about her." He didn't notice that he is falling in love. He was so deep in it that he didn't even notice that. While taking her things, she saw the coat, so she remembered about it. "Fine. I completely forgot about it. Whose coat can it be? And why did they put it on me? At least there must be a good person, unlike that creepy CEO." She took it with her, thinking that she will ask the staff at her off time. When she entered the cabin, he saw the coat on her arm and asked her, "Do you know whose coat is that?" Fine in her mind. Why is he asking about it? Fine, of course. I know because it's mine. Jungkook smirked from inside as he asked, "Yours?" Fine. Why? Jungkook, just that code is very rare and too good. The choice is perfect. Fine. You mean too good for someone like me? Just because it's rare, I can't buy it? Jungkook, why do you take it personally? I was just asking. She put her things on the table. Opening her laptop, she started her work. The whole day, she noticed it so many times that he was watching her. But she couldn't complain. But now he crossed the limit. Vine looked at him furiously this time and asked him, "You will dig a hole in me at this rate. Can you take your eyes off me for some seconds?" Jungkook, I can't do it. To be continued.